Hi, everybody, and welcome. We're glad you joined us for this webinar. This is 60 ways to grow your marketing list. And this is one of the ways that we get back to business as the holidays are over, vacations are over, much to our dismay, of course. It's always great to have some time off. But now it's time to get back to business. And so what we're going to talk about during the next hour or so are some great ways that you can grow your marketing list. You will get a copy of the presentation following the webinar. It'll either get out to you sometime late in the day today or perhaps sometime tomorrow. And I'll also tell you that I'm going to jump around a little bit. I'm not going to go through all 60 of these ways to grow your list, but the information that you receive following the webinar just for attending will have all 60. I do promise you that. This presentation is presented to you by the Countess Group, a marketing and communications company based in the Orlando area. We are master certified by Constant Contact in the areas of email marketing and social media marketing. We are also partners with Microsoft. If you have questions about things like Office 365, we can help you. We're a full-service marketing consultancy. So whether it's strategic marketing and communications that you need some assistance with, email marketing, social media, maybe your website isn't performing quite the way you'd like it to, maybe you need some assistance or help better understand search engine optimization, pay-per-click advertising, PR, just about anything that you need related to growing your business or nonprofit, we for sure can help you. What I'd like to do, by the way, is find out from you, is your organization currently serving mostly other businesses? Are you a business-to-business entity? Is most of your business with consumers? Or are you a nonprofit? That will help me target my comments during the rest of the webinar. So if you would go ahead and let me know which of those three most closely resembles your type of business. We'll wait another moment or two. We've got about half the people on the webinar who have selected one of those three. Go ahead and select one and hit the submit button. I'll give you 5 more seconds. And here you go. And so it looks like just over half of those on this webinar today are working with consumers in a business-to-consumer environment. And then we have an even split, actually, between B2B and nonprofit. So that's helpful information that will help me make this webinar more valuable for you. Here is my contact information. I'm the Managing Director of the Countess Group. My name is Ken Countess, and these are all the ways that you can reach out to me or the company. You'll see our email address, the places we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Google Plus is a really important one that you ought to be thinking about if you haven't begun using it yet. We'll talk a little bit about that during the session. But as you can see, we're pretty active on many social media channels, in fact, all of the major ones. And I would encourage you to, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and take advantage of the fact that right now social media is essentially free, and it's a great way to extend your exposure. If you haven't joined me on one of these sessions before, my background is that I spent about 25 years in corporate America at companies, pretty well-known companies like Motorola and Marriott, and a company that's now owned by CVS, that's Caremark. We've got international award-winning results, and some of our clients over the last 15 years include Marriott and Verizon, the University of Central Florida College of Medicine, Tampa's International Airport, but mostly we serve small to medium-sized businesses and nonprofits, probably just like yours, just like mine. I like to say that I play 70 hours a week, and that's code for work. When you're running a small business, it's a 24/7 operation, isn't it? You're always thinking about your organization, how you can make it better, more efficient, drive more revenue, have higher profit. So if you need help in any of those areas, reach out to us. Again, we're a full-service marketing consultancy. I mentioned earlier, Master Certified by Constant Contact, recently named the winner of their Authorized Local Expert Leadership Award. And for the most recent year that they've put out these awards, we were an All-Star Award winner by Constant Contact. I mentioned social media. I really encourage you to connect with us. That is our Facebook company page, facebook.com/The Countess Group. We have, last time I looked, about 7,000 people following us on Facebook. And also for you B2Bers out there, just about any business professional should be on LinkedIn. If you're not, you should be. That is the URL where you can connect to me personally. We're connected to about 4,000 people in the first LinkedIn circle. So that's a great way for you to expand your network. So go ahead, and if you send me an invitation and I recognize your name from having attended this webinar, I'll absolutely go ahead and accept the invitation, and that will give you access not only to our network, but all of the material that we post there. We're posting on LinkedIn several times a week. Okay, so let's get into those 60 ways to grow your marketing list. The first one may seem almost too obvious. Put out a sheet of paper and have people add their first and last name and their email address. Sometimes that very simply is the very best way to go. Short and sweet and simple, and yet at the same time so many organizations just overlook that. Second, ask face-to-face. You know, a sign-up form isn't always enough. If you have employees, train them, train yourself. Always ask prospective contacts to sign up. I was at a trade show earlier in the day today and met with many of the vendors, and most of the conversations revolved, of course, around growing business, but back and forth the conversation also included, can I have your contact information? I'd like to have you join our newsletter list. And most people will absolutely say yes. Number 3, check your database. Don't overlook some of the things that are very, very obvious. If you've been in business for any length of time, you probably have a database. Ask those contacts whether they would like to join your list. And you know, this one seems, again, almost too simple. Ask your friends and family. You never know where your next customer is going to come from. You never know who in your family or your circle of family and friends may know somebody who needs the products and services that you offer. So ask your friends and family to join your marketing list. And then when they get your newsletter, they may actually be encouraged to share your newsletter with their friends and their network and their business colleagues. And that's another great way for you to expand your reach. If you're in a brick-and-mortar location, if you're at a trade show, if you are at a 5K and you have a table there, if you're at a Chamber of Commerce event and you have a table, put a fishbowl on the counter and give people an opportunity to join your list. And you can add an incentive too. If you are a restaurateur, for example, maybe that fishbowl on the counter by the register has a little sign that says, drop your business card in the bowl and join our newsletter list, and once a month we'll pick a winner of a free meal. That's a great way, great incentive at relatively low cost to you to have people join your list. Whenever you're on the phone with someone, go ahead and ask them if they'd like to join your list. As long as people understand and recognize that you're not going to be bombarding them with email every day, many people will be more than willing, especially if they've had a great conversation with you. They'd be very happy to join your list. And the good news for them is that they can always unsubscribe if they choose to. Again, for those of you in the retail space, those in the B2C environment, if you do have a brick-and-mortar location, don't be Don't be shy about putting out a sidewalk sign, and at the bottom, encourage people, invite people to join your list that way. Number 9, I skipped over 8. Add a sign-up form to your Facebook page. It's very, very easy to do. By a show of hands, go ahead and raise your hand if you're currently using Constant Contact. Go ahead and use the control panel and raise your hand. And I have a specific reason for asking that question. And it's looking like about half of you actually are using Constant Contact. Here's the reason that I asked that specific question. As with many other pieces of software, particularly Constant Contact gives you a way for you to add a Join My Newsletter List button on your company Facebook page. No special programming is required. So it makes it very easy for you to add that button to your Facebook page, and it makes it very easy for people who like your company Facebook page to quickly and easily join your newsletter lists. Using Twitter, well, use Twitter as a way to encourage people to join your list. It's simple, easy to do. By the way, if you haven't attended one of our social media marketing seminars or webinars, we have several coming up, and I'd encourage you to attend those and learn how to go about using each of the individual social media channels. Skipped over 11 for the moment. Number 12 is related to Facebook. You can buy Facebook ads, and in the ad, when people respond to an ad, they can also join your list easily. And Facebook advertising is very highly effective if you know how to do it. The results that you can achieve using Facebook ads are really quite extraordinary. For those of you who have a YouTube channel, go ahead and use that as well. I have that in the notes, for example, in the description of the videos you have. You'll find that if you go and view our YouTube channel and watch all of our prior webinars that we've archived, you'll see ways for people to join our newsletter list embedded right there in the video. For you B2Bers and any of you that are using LinkedIn, and I hope that's most of the folks here on this live event, you should be using LinkedIn. And as part of your LinkedIn experience, join LinkedIn groups. LinkedIn groups are very, very powerful. And as people get to know you and know you well, they will, if you put out an offer in the LinkedIn group for someone to join your email list, you'll find your list growing rather effectively. Join a Google Plus community. I mentioned Google Plus earlier. Google Plus is a very important social media marketing channel for multiple reasons. In the other sessions we do related to social media marketing, we stress Google Plus for a few reasons. I'll tell you what a couple of them are now. And they are that when you are using Google Plus for your business, when you post items, you have to remember that Google Plus is a keyword searchable social media channel. And who owns Google Plus? But of course Google. And Google is always scraping through Google Plus looking for great content. And so this is a great way for you to get visibility in social media, but also in Google search engine rankings. So go ahead and use Google Plus, and then while you're on Google Plus, join the Google Plus communities and encourage other people within those communities to join your newsletter list. Host a tweet chat. We won't spend much time on this, but if you go ahead and do a live event on Twitter with hashtags, for example, among the things that you can post out there during the live chat is a link to have people join your newsletter list. And add a sign-up link to your social bios. What you see on screen here is Boloco, which is basically a burrito restaurant in the northeastern U.S., New England, Maryland, D.C., Rhode Island, and so on. And what they do, too, is they encourage people on their Twitter feed to sign up for their list. And you can even put a shortened URL within your profile that encourages people to join your list when they like you and follow you on Twitter. Absolutely add a sign-up form to your website. This is probably one of the most effective ways for you to grow your list. If you have a website, and I'm sure that you do, it's very, very easy to add that sign-up form to your web pages. There are various strategies. There are those who will suggest that you only have the sign-up form on your home page. I would recommend that you have the sign-up form. Again, someone who might be motivated to join your newsletter list, they may not get to your home page. You may have directed them, or they may have found you through a search engine result, and they may have which may have taken them to one of your back pages. So when that individual gets there, you do want them to be able to sign up for your list. Once again, for those of you using Constant Contact, they have built into the contacts section of the software, they provide you with the code that will enable you, if you manage your site yourself or you're a webmaster, to easily add ways for people to join your newsletter list. So take advantage of that. I'd also encourage you, though, at the same time, make sure you keep your sign-up form short. People's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So it can be as simple as email address only. I would encourage you to not only capture the email address, which is mandatory, but at the very minimum, first name. But if you ask people for first name, last name, phone number, company, city, state, and so on, the odds are pretty good that you'll get a very high fallout rate and people that don't complete the form, and that'll be a disappointment to you, of course. If you maintain a blog, make sure that people have an opportunity to join your list, and the encouragement there is that this way they don't always have to be checking for your blog, but rather if they join your newsletter list through your blog, then they'll be able to get the latest updates delivered to their inbox without having to go to the web necessarily. And you can also be a guest blogger. Go to other sites, and if your article is accepted by the author of the blog, there's no reason, oftentimes no reason why someone would not invite you also to encourage others to sign up for your mailing list. Be sure always, though, to test different calls to action. There are, and here are a few examples. Join our list to learn more about what we have to offer. Or over 1,000 people have signed up to receive our emails each month. Sign up today. Try different things and see what works best. It may be different if you're a nonprofit versus someone who's in the B2B world versus someone who's in the B2C world. You know, many small businesses never update their online listings. Make sure that you keep your listing up to date, and in your online listing, make sure you provide a link so that someone can join your email list. We're about halfway through the 60. Here's number 30. If you do a podcast, go ahead and use your podcast to mention that you do have an email newsletter and that you can go ahead and promote your join your newsletter list by announcing it on your podcast. Collecting emails with an online survey. If you have not done surveys before, they are very, very valuable tools. Most of the time they're overlooked by business owners because, let's face it, we are so busy running our businesses, we don't have time to do this stuff. Doesn't that sound like a familiar refrain? Well, collecting information from your customers and clients and prospects does two things for you. One, it enables you to get some very valuable information just for asking, but also what it enables you to do is to have people quickly and easily join your newsletter list automatically. absolutely don't forget to put a sign-up link in your newsletter. And you may wonder, well, why would I put a Join My Newsletter List button in my newsletter if the people are reading my email? Well, very simply, it's that people do forward and share emails that they receive from other people. And so let's say, for example, you have a newsletter that's gone out, and I receive it, and I forward your email to someone in my network. In all likelihood, that's somebody that doesn't know who you are. But because I have forwarded that piece of information, they trust the information they're getting from me, and they, as a result, may say, you know what, I'd like to join that newsletter list too. So make it easy for them. Go ahead and put a sign-up link right there in your newsletter. Be sure, too, that you add social share buttons to your email. This is something that people are slowly getting accustomed to doing. You can see that social share buttons at the top of this email, just above where it says the Music Lounge. And what this does is enables people who receive your email to share your email on their social media networks, which gives you additional terrific exposure. When you think about the fact that the average Facebook user has 300 friends, again, let's say that I've sent my email out to you, you like what's in the email, and you click the, let's call it the Facebook button at the top of the page there. Then my newsletter gets in front of your 300 Facebook friends. These are people who probably didn't know who I am or what I do, and if they find value in that newsletter, then they'll go ahead and join my newsletter list because you referred them over and they trust who you are. Make sure also that you use the Forward to a Friend button. You see that in the upper right-hand corner of this newsletter. That will help you reach your next subscribers too. It makes it very easy for someone to forward your email on to somebody else, and they can add a comment with it as well. When you're using email, just your personal or business email, go ahead and in your email signature, go ahead and add a link for someone to join your list that way. I've called out PicMonkey here. PicMonkey is one of several different services that, and this one is free, by the way, that allows you to add your images, in this example, text, to an image that you may have presented in a newsletter or on your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page and so on. And this is another great way for you to share your images, dress them up a little bit, and have a call to action. Give people a reason to join your list, and they probably will. There are lots of apps out there also. Constant Contact users can download a Constant Contact app right from the Constant Contact Marketplace. It's free, and it is one of many apps out there that allow you to have people join your newsletter list very easily. Text to join is becoming increasingly popular. Is there anybody here that texts? Go ahead and raise your hand if you're a texter. Yeah, most everybody is. Everybody uses texting now, and this is a great way to get people to join your list. We use text to join a lot here. It's quick, it's simple. Everybody has a phone with them all the time, so if they're in a meeting or a situation, you can just give them a number and they can join your list. The Constant Contact master number is 22828, and if you go into your Constant Contact account, in the Join My List area, you'll see how you too can have that added so that when you're out and about, you can give people a way to sign up for your newsletter list right from their smartphone. And the same capability is there too with QR codes. QR codes are a little bit slow to take off in the United States. They're very popular, particularly in Asia. I was at a trade show I mentioned earlier today, and every single booth was scanning badges using QR codes to quickly and easily capture all of the information that they needed to be able to add me to their list. If you have an iPad or a Samsung tablet or some other mobile device, there are apps out there like this one that enable you to have people join your constant contact email list. The one that's pictured here is powered by iCapture. In your brochures, if you're distributing anything in print, go ahead and make sure that people know that you maintain an active newsletter list and that there are easy ways for them to join your list that way and stay up to date. If you are selling products or services, that the wording may be something like stay up to date, learn our latest specials by joining our newsletter list. For nonprofits, it's a way for people to easily donate. Lots and lots of different ways that you can use these tools. You actually can run an ad in the newspaper. People do read newspapers still, maybe not to the same extent they used to, but you can use your print advertising to have people visit your website, and then once they get to your website, they can join your newsletter list that way. Have a way for people to join your list on your business card. Here in this example, we have a QR code where if someone scans the QR code, they would quickly and easily be able to join your list. If you're a restaurant, if you own a restaurant, use that QR code, add it to your menu, and let people know that they can join your newsletter list while they're waiting for the food to arrive. On your shipping boxes, easy, put a QR code on the boxes and then let people join your list. Anytime you register for an event of any description, whether it be this webinar, a workshop, some class, if you register in advance, your email address is always being collected, and there's a checkbox, as you can see down at the bottom, that enables someone to opt in or opt out to receive your newsletters. And most people will opt in, and they know that they have an opportunity to opt out if they find that the information is no longer of value to them, or maybe they change jobs or change locations. Whenever you are at an event, be sure to collect email addresses, whether that's with a sign-up sheet, QR codes, text message, have them drop a business card in the fishbowl. Again, you don't always have to have an incentive for someone to join your list, but if you've begun to cultivate a relationship with them and they know, like, and trust you, the odds are pretty good that they'll join your list very, very willingly. Here's another great way to grow your marketing list. Be a sponsor at an event. And that doesn't mean that you have to be a top-tier sponsor, although certainly there are advantages to doing that. But when you're a sponsor, there's some great goodwill there. And as a sponsor of an event that has people that may have an affinity for that organization, whether it be a Chamber of Commerce event, a picnic, a 5K, you name it. If you're listed as a sponsor, people know that you are paying it forward, and they will oftentimes provide you with their contact information so they can learn more about what you're doing, where you're going to be, and so on. And if people are interested in what you have to say, there's a good chance that they'll be interested in what you write in your emails too. So let people know that you have a resource that they can sign up to receive when you are booked to speak at an event. Restaurants, corporate environments, nonprofits, if you use table tents in your restaurant or at your events, you can add a QR code and make it easy for attendees to join your email list that way. We have a loyalty program. You'll learn a little bit more about that in a few moments. But if you start a loyalty program, in this example at Leonardo's Pizza, buy 5 slices, get 1 free. No, it doesn't cost anything to join. All that you ask in exchange is that you get an email address so you can keep your people who are interested in what you are doing up to date with free specials. It's a great way to have people join your list. You can run a birthday club too. You can collect birthdays and anniversaries, work anniversaries, and so on. That's a great way to grow your list. Maybe you offer a special discount for someone, and they can automatically get an email from you on the day they're celebrating, whether it be birthday, anniversary, or what have you. Running a local deal is another way to capture email addresses within the Constant Contact Toolkit. They have offers and promotions, and the way that works is when you promote the offer via social media, for example, or in your newsletter, and your audience shares your information, when somebody else takes advantage of the offer, then they will automatically join your list. When someone does redeem an offer, let's say they come into your organization one way or another, you don't have to deal with the big name deal providers. Ask your customers, ask new customers to join your mailing list. And again, most of the time, the percentages are very high. When you ask someone whether they would like to join your list, the numbers are pretty big. People understand now that you're not going to sell or rent the list, that it's only going to be something that you're going to use to provide them with information of interest and value to them, and that they can unsubscribe at any time. You can offer a coupon on Facebook. When you do that, if you people who take advantage of that will automatically join your list that way. Offer a piece of content. Maybe you have a free PDF. Maybe you can take a PowerPoint presentation and make it downloadable, and that becomes your free downloadable content. And people will absolutely give you an email address. Think about how many times you've been on a website and that organization asks you for your email address so that they can offer you or enable you to download, whether it be a PDF or a song title or what have you. Great way to grow your list that way. And here's number 60, and that's to offer an incentive to your employees. They're one of your most prized assets, and so why not offer an incentive to your prized assets? Have them help you grow your list. Maybe you can offer a prize to the employee who collects the most email addresses. It all boils down to this. There was a survey done recently that found that 77% of consumers, and we are all consumers, we prefer to be marketed to via email. And why do you think that is? Go ahead and use the question box. Let me know why you think email marketing rates so high as the way we prefer to be marketed to. Yeah, that's right. It's convenient. It's with you all the time. It's with you 24/7. You read it on your own time. You can respond on your own time. You control your inbox. You can pick it up and open it whenever you want. You can decide to respond. You can refer back to it later. No pressure at all. That's right. Thank you for all of those comments. It's great to see such great activity on these live events. And if you're watching it on a replay, I'm sure you're thinking the same things and maybe have some other ideas as well. By the way, here's what a recent article in Forbes said. It said that customer acquisition via email has more than quadrupled in the last 4 years. That's another very strong vote for why you should be building your email list aggressively, steadily, because that's where businesses are finding new clients. In fact, if you think about the shopping you do, whether you shop at places like Target or Office Depot or Home Depot or Walmart or what have you, they are all now asking for email addresses. And the reason is that they know that if they market to you via email, you'll tend to shop more and spend more. The data is there. It's very, very clear. In fact, email marketing has a return on investment of 44-1. And by the way, that number is up from what it was just a year or two ago. $44 back on average for every dollar you spend using email marketing. And this is an example of one of our clients who grew their business by $250,000 in just 6 months. They stopped doing all the other marketing they were doing, started only using email marketing, and in that 6-month period that you see on the screen, they grew 6-fold. And they called me about 4 months ago and said, we are now doing over $500,000 a year in business. And once again, that's only using email. That's the way people prefer to be reached. So, what do you do next? Well, small business marketing really is about nurturing relationships. That's what email will help you do. It enables you to deliver on your promise. And one of the most beautiful things about email is that you get measurable results. You can tell how engaged your audience is. Are they opening your email? Are they clicking on the email? If they're unsubscribing, you'll understand exactly why that may be happening. And Constant Contact allows you to do this by way of newsletters, feedback and surveys, events and registrations. All of it is built into one marketing toolkit. So I know many of you said that you are using Constant Contact. If you're not, you can play with a practice account. And this is one of those texting ideas here, where if you send a text to number 99000 and just put in my name, Constant Contact will respond back with, okay, just give us your email address and we'll set you up with a trial account. It's really that simple. If you're using Constant Contact today, I'm going to encourage you to do one of the things that you saw on our list of 60 ways to grow your list, and that is to join our VIP program. We have over 1,800 members already. It's free to join. There are no membership fees. What we would do is give you a free review of your monthly newsletter. Just go ahead and send an email to me at the address you see there. That's kc@thecountessgroup.com. And when you do that, I'll respond back with a little more information on how it works. Again, there's no obligation at all. It's completely free. It doesn't change your relationship with Constant Contact at all. We just give you more benefits from the same subscription. And it enables us to deepen our partnerships together. And here's an offer just for people who are attending this live. We'll give you a review of your most recent email marketing campaign. Just go ahead and send an email to me to get details, and I put our email address in the chat box so you can just copy and paste it and just put, send me information as well. If you're not yet using a paid version of Constant Contact, here's a special offer. They just announced it. You can get 15% off a new Constant Contact Email Plus subscription that's good for the rest of 2016. So the next 12 months, you sign up at that URL. It's a special URL. It's www.toolkit.today. That's not .com. It's www.toolkit.today. And then at checkout, put in that code, ALEJAN16 at checkout. And that will automatically adjust the pricing for you. So 15% off on an Email Plus subscription. That's a sweet deal. I can tell you that Constant Contact has never made that offer before. So it's good now. It's good until January 31. I'd encourage you to take advantage of it. And if you do, we provide free help. We want you to succeed. So we'll provide you with free help, either via webinar or by phone or whatever, to help you get started. There's no contract. It's all month to month. You can get live support by phone 7 days a week, and there's no risk. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So that's a pretty sweet deal. If you're not ready to buy and you just want to do a trial, that's great too. Go to trythetoolkit.com, and that's a special website that ties you and us together with Constant Contact. Or you can text. I know so many of you really love texting. I know I do too. So you can text my name, Ken, to 99000. So, we make it easy for you. You can do it yourself, or you can have it done for you. Either way works well. I encourage you to make sure you join our marketing list. We send out one marketing newsletter each month with the latest information to help you grow your business or nonprofit. And you'll also see announcements on our free webinars. We're actually doing 8 classes during the month of January. And if you want to sign up for any or all of them, you would go to bit.ly/marketing classes. And there you'll see a listing of all of the events we have coming up. So if you need more information, reach out to us at any time. We are now we're beginning our 16th year. So the odds are pretty good that if you've got a question, we can handle it for you. And if you'd like to ask any questions right now, please feel free to do so. We're done a few minutes early. That's actually by design, so we have time to answer questions you may have. So by the way, if you are looking for a speaker, perhaps, for one of the upcoming events you may have for your business, your chamber, an association you may be a member of, contact us. We make ourselves available for live events on site. We do over 100 events a year. And if you've attended any of our events in the past, you might be interested in having us come out and speak for your organization as well. Somebody had a question about the 15% off. There it is. It's 15% off a brand new Constant Contact email plus subscription, and that's good for the rest of 2016. And you sign up at that special URL, toolkit.today, and redeem promo code ALEJAN16 at checkout. If you need help, you can reach out to us, give us a call or shoot an email, but that'll be the information that you need, and that's a really great deal. As I mentioned, I've been associated with Constant Contact for quite a long time, and they've never made that offer before. Somebody asked if the special is just for new members. Yes, it is for new members, but send me an email because there are services that we offer as well that you might be interested in as well. So let's take some time and allow people to ask some additional questions. There's our contact information. So feel free to shoot an email, give me a call, go to our website, join our list for sure. And thank you, everybody, for attending today. I look forward to having you attend a future event. And go ahead and fire away. We'll keep the line open here. We'll keep the webinar live as long as we have live questions. For those of you who have to go, thank you for attending, and I look forward to having you attend our next